So this is this series called Spurgeon Speaks, and in this message I want to share with you a quality that Spurgeon had that I would call biblical imagination. Now, imagination can be dangerous because we can drift off far into error. I don't think Spurgeon drifts into error, but he does attempt to try to fill in the gap and recreate some things for us when our minds might be wondering about all the specific details. So we're going to look at the message that he preached called Shut In or Shut Out. And he preached that on August the 14th, 1881. You can find it in volume 27 of Metropolitan Tabernacle Pulpit. And this concerns Noah and the ark. Now, when he had done his sermon and went home, perhaps he said to his wife, "Beloved, how can this ark save us? That door, if the flood comes, will be a dreadful danger to us. We cannot shut it. What is to be done? We must leave it with God. We are still dependent upon a divine interposition. And Jehovah will stretch out his hand and shut the door officially so that we shall float above the deluge." Now he goes on in the sermon and has another place where I'm saying he's using his biblical imagination, not drifting off into error, but trying to fill some things in for us that we might be wondering about, that the Bible doesn't give us all its specific details. There they came in pairs, 4 wild beasts, 2 and 2, and clean beasts by 7s, voluntarily entering the ark. What a sight it must have been. Many entered the ark themselves. Oh, my hearers, some of you have been here in times of revival. You've seen drunkards saved, and you've seen the most unlikely converted. You have not turned unto the Lord? Now here's another spot. Methinks the little company might well have sung a hymn, but if they did it, it is probably that hymn that was brought to a praise as they heard the cries of the drowning men and women. I cannot attempt to picture the scene. They must have had some clustering and great multitudes round the ark when they saw that it was very deed flood descending and uprising, and fast closed the ark, began to mourn, as the inmates must have heard a chorus of cries and groans and shrieks of men as they perished in the insatiable waters. So he says they might have been singing a hymn. What was it that Noah and his family were hearing? What was going on? Is it possible that Spurgeon's biblical imagination has at least some accuracy to it? So I'd like to thank you for listening in on this Spurgeon Speaks. Join me for another one. This concludes our time together.